Hey there, welcome back to Jason's Pen Journey. I'm going to try to do this video. This is like the fourth time I've tried to do this one, so we'll see how it goes this time. I'm going to do a little bit more attempts at editing a little more carefully because the first few times I've tried to do this, I've had a variety of issues and tired of waiting to get something out there. So let's see if we can do this successfully. So I wanted to give an update on a bunch of different things, and because I haven't had a chance to record in a little while and get something out there, I figured I would do a odds and ends, look at all the different stationery and new stuff that I've acquired recently, and just kind of tell you about that and take a little walk through some new acquisitions. First, wanted to give an update on the Pen Squally, the pen that I did in my last video. This has been great. I wrote it dry, had a great time using this pen. Really impressed with it. The titanium nib was fantastic. Gave a little bit of feedback as I was writing, so really kind of had to really think and concentrate a little bit more. So, if you're looking for a super smooth writing experience, in terms of the nib, maybe the titanium nib isn't for you, but if you want something with a little bit of feedback, it's a good option. The color is beautiful throughout the pen. Everybody that got a chance to see it really enjoyed it. That primary manipulation 1 light with no orange, just a stunning pen. So great job by Pens by Pasquale. Thank you for just a great pen. Moving on, quick fun story. Today I was at the office and I was doing trying to do a little bit of pen enablement with a coworker who's got some pens that he wanted to chat about and see some of the things that I had. And one of the things I was going to show him was my little Kaweco Lilliput that I carry around with me. It was kind of at the end of the session, and we went to go show him the pen, unscrewed it, and he went to go write with it. And when he did it, it was actually covered in ink. And I was like, what's going on here? And this guy's been walking around my pocket for a while and never had a problem with it. But I realized I had dropped it as I was taking it out of my pocket, and had a little bit of trouble where the converter popped out. Sorry, the cartridge popped out. And so you can see it's not actually attached. The cartridge is down here at the bottom, and you can see all the ink that was on the section there. So unfortunately, as you can see, I can't actually get the cartridge out easily. It's going to require some pliers or something. So we're going to deal with that later. We're going to have to get the pliers out, needle nose pliers, and get that cartridge. You can see it's in there, but because it's not actually capped properly or seated properly, we've got a leak. So better to discover that while it was still closed up before we actually put it down in our pants pocket. So we'll clean that up later and get that squared away. We'll put a fresh cartridge in. That one takes, because it's such a small pen, it takes a special short cartridge. So I've got a Kaweco Midnight Blue, which is already what I have in there, and then a Kaweco Pearl Black. Maybe I'll switch to the black just to change things up. So let's get that guy out of the way, and we'll deal with that off camera. The pen that I inked up after the Pen Squally was one that I put out a little poll on my Instagram and on my YouTube to try to see, which maker should I ink up next. And I put out 4 options. One was from Maverick Pens, one from Newton Pens, one from River City Pen Company, and one from Skogsy Pens. Sorry, I blanked on it. Did this a couple of weeks ago at this point. And I didn't actually put up photos of which pens I was talking about, but we had a really close race. I don't have that many people voting on these things. So everything was tied going into it, going through the end, and I asked my wife to cast an deciding ballot. She picked she actually got a chance to see everything, so she picked the River City Pen Company pen. So this is the River City Pen Co. Shady Side model. Sorry, I keep moving all off camera. River City Pen Co. Shady Side model. The specific color is called Dragon Fruit Delight. That's the pink with the white and the black. It's a matte finish. It's a pretty slender pen. It writes really well. It's really nice. It's not the pen for me because it's a pretty slender pen, and I keep finding myself adjusting back up and having my fingers here on the threads instead of down here on the grip, just because it's a pretty slim and slender pen, a little lighter than I like to have in my hand. But it writes beautifully. So here was the writing sample I did with it. I actually used kind of did a little matchy thing with the Pilot Iroshizuku Tsutsuji ink, and just had some fun with it. Kind of a hot pink ink with a black, pink, and white pen. Gave a little flair to it. So this is a fine nib. It's a pretty standard steel nib. I think it's Jowo number 6. I think it's Jowo. I think I'd have to double check that. But no flex in it, nothing crazy there. But really dependable writer. I've been using it for about a week and a half now. As my kind of at-home daily driver, similar to the way I was using the Pensquale before. And it's doing great. It's not the right size for me because I keep winding up here instead of here, and that's just not the way it fits properly. So that said, I like it enough, and I like the maker and the work enough that I have already ordered another pen from River City Pen Company. It should be getting here later this week, and that's going to be a different size pen. It's their Arlington model, which is a little heftier, a little thicker, a little wider, and it's actually an extra long, and it's a one of a kind. The model is the color is going to be called Throne Room. When I get it, I'll make another video and show it to you, and we'll give that a thorough going over. Let's see what's next. So I had done when I did my San Francisco Pen Show haul. I mentioned that I'd gotten the Schoen Design pen with a Monarch nib, and I'd got it with a cursive nib. And after using it for a few days and several attempts, I found that I was really struggling with the cursive nib, and I just wasn't really enjoying the experience. And it's not that the nib was faulty or anything, but I was struggling with it. So when somebody online was looking for a Schoen Monarch in a cursive style, somebody that I casually know online, and I sold it to him and sent it off to him, and bought this fine one to replace it. And this is actually, I think, going to work out better for me. I haven't inked it up and tried it yet, but this is the Polished Blue Rainbow in the color, in a fine nib instead of the cursive. So hopefully this will work out a little better for me. Sorry, it's catching all the light off the ring light here. But you can see the Schoen logo in there. But really cool looking nib, and hopefully that works out better for me and my writing. I'll give you an update on that later. While I was doing that order from Schoen, I also bought some of their, I think it's pronounced Luer. I'm probably butchering that, but they sell these syringes for cleaning out the pen and flushing through the feed, and they do it with special end tips for different common nib styles. So this one here is for Jowo. This one is for Sailor, Lamy, Pilot, Bach, and this one is for Schoen's own Monarch design. So they also included the a simple syringe, that a needle that you can use for converter cleaning. So I figured so long as I was buying something from Schoen and getting one shipment, add those in as well for all the different common nib styles. Okay, so that's the Monarch. So I gave a quick update on this on my previous video, but I also had ordered these Asvine C2000, which is the stabilized wood version. I haven't had a chance to ink these up yet. This is the Oasis, and this is the Sunset. Really nice looking pens, really sturdy. I like the feel of this stabilized wood. It doesn't post, but these giant number 8 nibs that Asvine does are just phenomenal, and I really enjoy the C80s that I have. So I wanted to get these two C2000s. They will take a cartridge converter. So I'll have a what do I have in there? I will have a converter in there. And then I also just got from Asvine two more. These are actually their V800, which are vacuum fillers. This one is the amber. This is the brown white. So what you'll be able to see, it's again that same number 8 nib that Asvine does. And these are going to be vacuum fillers. So as we unscrew the blind cap, and I think this one you can see as you watch the vacuum filler pull back, and then what you would do is you put that into the ink, push that down, and as it hits the bottom, ink flushes up into the body, fills it up. It's a cool filling design. I've got that in the Gravitas Monster and a couple of other pens. The Pilot 823 is another example of that. So I'll give those a try at a later date. So these are basically, I think these are intended to be like a Pilot Custom 823. I don't want to say copy or replica, but it's certainly inspired by that model. So we'll see how those go. Because I know how the Asvine number 8 nibs behave. They're, sometimes the quality control is not perfect, but I've had pretty good experience with the other ones that I've bought. We'll see how these all work out. I expect them to behave all pretty similarly. It's just different body styles and different filler styles, and then just different colors. Just some fun, and because the Asvines are really affordable, you can get them on Amazon for pretty cheap. I got all the colors that I wanted. The other one I got off Amazon while I was at it in the Chinese pen models is the Junlai 930 in red. The Junlai 930s are even larger than the number 8s. They're the number 9 nib. So here's that number 9 nib. We'll bring back one of the Asvines to see the number 8 nib for comparison. So you can see, if I get that lined up, how much bigger the number 9 is than the number 8. And if I bring in the River City with a number 6 for an even smaller one, for comparison's sake, there's a number 9, a number 8, and a number 6 nib. So really some interesting difference in sizes. The number 9 is pretty crazy in the size. Get these all clear, capped up and out of the way. So this one does have a cool ink window in here. So it's another one that's this one's a piston filler. So that'll be fun to write with. I do have the same one in white already, so I added the kind of wine red. I also have a black one on order, so I'm waiting for that. Again, these are for what you're getting for these pens. These are really affordable, all under $100 on Amazon here in the U.S. These are the flat top models, so you can rest them. I mean, you're not going to balance them properly, but they are flat top, flat bottom. So cool pens. I've had the white one already, and now we're adding the red wine red, and then as I mentioned, I've got the black one on order. Let's see, those are pens. I also got this little speed. What are they called? Should I get that right? Speedball from their B series lettering pen set. So it actually came with several of these just kind of dip pens for calligraphy, which is not what I was going to use it for, but it's a really cool way of dipping it and then doing ink swatches. So I tried that out with some ink swatches. I had seen somebody at my local pen club using them, and I said, that's cool. That works out really well. So really, really nice, just really quick, easy way to swatch the pens. Sorry, swatch the inks. So that's going to be a nice little tool to have on hand. Speaking of inks, we do have some new inks to show. So first up, we'll do the Color Traveler. This is the Mahara Daruma Red. Really nice red that I got from Nick Pasquale when he sent over the replacement titanium nib. Then a coworker had this Mont Blanc Mystery Black, and he wasn't using it, and he wanted to give it away. And I said, I'll take that. So nice, cool black. It's got a little bit of a purple in there. That'll be fun to write with. I haven't ink anything up with that yet. But wanted to try out one of the Mont Blanc inks. So put those aside. And then I got a couple of new Iroshizuku, or new to me at least, Iroshizuku inks. So first is this Fuyugaki. So ignore the drop of ink that I got on the bottle there. But kind of a burnt orange, mandarin orange color. And then Sutsuji, which what's interesting, it came out very differently on the swatch. Got a lot more of that kind of brown, kind of gold in there than I see in the writing sample that I've done from the River City Penco pen. So this is that same ink. I don't get any of that in regular writing. I only get the pink. So interesting one with characteristics, but not my normal colors, but fun to write with occasionally. So those are our new inks. We also got, my wife gave this to me yesterday, and I threw all my swatches in. It's this little plastic booklet that you can fit all of your ink swatches in. So this fits an enormous amount of swatches. I was worried that I was going to have too many swatches for the book, and after putting all my swatches in, I still had about 130 room for about 130 more swatches in there. So I've got a lot more ink to buy to fill this book, so no worries there. But that way we can put those all, make them really nice and neatly organized. What else? Okay, so that's it for pens and inks and ink related stuff. Now what I can show you is paper stuff that I got. So first is I bought a pile of the Zentangle Apprentice tiles from Sakura. What you do with Zentangle is you do your pattern on the one side, and then when you're done, you write your name and the date and the pattern that you used. So just got a stack of those to give you an example of what those look like when you've put some ink on it. These are a couple of Zentangles that I did the other day just to practice and experiment. If you're not familiar with Zentangle, it's a mindfulness exercise with drawing. So you just kind of make patterns. I found these two patterns on the internet, just kind of random. This is the OEAU, which in French would be water. And then this was one called windmills. So, just some fun. So I've got a stack of these now available to draw with. Get those out of the way. Then I did a bunch of other paper purchases. So first, just some restocking. So I bought a few more packages of my Aerofil loose sheets A5. These are the ones that I use for those writing samples that I show on the videos. It's a really nice paper. I just got some more of it because I burn through a good amount when I do those writing samples. It's 75 GSM, which is grams per square meter. So it's fountain pen friendly, simple white paper that, again, you've seen before on my videos. And then I also got I wanted to get this Tomoe River and try this out. This is a thinner paper. A lot of people use this Tomoe River stuff, and I want to give that a try. I haven't tried it yet, but I wanted to have some on hand to use. It's a lighter paper, thinner paper, 52 GSM, instead of the 75 that the Aerofil uses. So looking forward to experimenting with that paper. And then I also got a a few more of my Usari B5 notebooks. So these are lined notebooks that I use when I'm doing my journaling. So just nice coated paper, really well behaved, and I can write in this for a long period of time. It's really good quality paper. It doesn't say what weight it is, but I'm sure we can figure that out. So just got some restock of that, so I don't run out of my preferred journaling paper. What's next? Then a couple things that I got as potential planners for next year. As we're hitting October already in 2025. Before I know it, we're going to be out of 2025 and need to go into 2026. So I got some planner options. So I haven't tried the Hobonichi and all those styles, but what I'm going to try for next year is the MD Midori notebook journal. This is the Codex. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Codex, 1 day, 1 page. It is 368 pages, I believe. Somewhere around here it says that. I thought. Maybe. Somewhere. I saw it somewhere. You'll have to trust me. 368 pages. So I've had really good success with the Midori paper. I use it in this note desk pad that I have here. So it's a really again a really well behaved paper. So I'm interested in trying this. This is a another, what is this, A5 size. Let me just get the other paper for comparison. Yeah, it's A5 size. I'm not sure if this will work for me for work purposes. So I want to give it a try. I want to give it a good honest try, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, no big deal, because I have my fallback option, which is the same thing that I used this past year, which is this giant A4 size off-a-gift hardcover dotted notebook. It's a relatively cheap, another one off Amazon. It's 312 pages, 100 GSM paper. It's dot grid, and these are numbered pages. Let's see if we can get there. So numbered pages. This A4 is huge. So this is one for potentially for next year. But to give you a comparison, I will show you how I'm using this year's. I'm not going to show you the pages that are already written up because that's kind of proprietary work stuff. But if we jump ahead to October 20th, what I do is on each side of the page, top half of the page, 1 day, I'll use a modified bullet journal style that I kind of adopted this year, with my meetings and events, appointments, and then to-dos down the list here. And then over here on the right side, I'll have any kind of freeform notes for meetings that I'm in, things that I want to expand upon, or that sort of thing. So I'll use top half of the page for 1 day, second half of the page is the second day, next page, third day of the week, fourth day of the week. There's Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, where I'm generally not going to be doing any meetings. They don't need a full page themselves, so they get half page. So I've got that, and I've got room for enough notes that I can usually get away with like just jotting things down. But then, because this book has so many pages left, I've got the whole first half of the year, or actually, sorry, not the first half of the year, first half of the book, figured out for all the months through the course of the year. And then further back in the book, I've got plenty of space to take more long form notes. Again, I'm not going to show you those notes because those are work and confidential, but when I need to go deeper, I've got plenty of room to work in there. So that is our offer gift. What else do we have? The last thing we have, another one that I kind of bought as an experiment, off of, again, Amazon. I'd seen these elsewhere and thought they were interesting. So these are the Notsu index cards. It's a stack of 100 cards. They come in this sleeve that can actually be stacked one on top of the other, and there's a little magnet that's holding that in place. And the idea is you can take the note card, which looks like this, and do your whatever date is. You can put appointments, put tasks, whatever you want to do there. The back side's got a little bit of room for notes, a little bit of sketch room. It is got a little fold, a little fold in the middle, so that you can stack it away. One of the cool things with this box is there's a little groove right there. If I try to angle the phone, the camera, it's standing up. So, cool little innovative approach there. And then the last thing that's in this box, in the back, there's these dividers for tasks that you haven't done yet. So that empty circle, tasks that you have in progress with the half done circle, and completed tasks with the full circle. So we will at some point give that a try and see how that works for work. And it comes in this nice little box and case. So that is the Notesuite Index System. A couple of the things that I've got coming soon that are shipped or hopefully shipped by now that I'm looking forward to trying out. So I mentioned that I have one more July 930 coming in black. That one is just adding the same thing that I already have in the collection. We'll just add that to the pile. I also received, I'm not going to show them just because I can't angle the camera that way, but I use Galen Leather has these really nice storage trays for pens and larger boxes for ink storage. I got some more of those. I figured if I was going, I was running out of space in my pen trays, so I need more. And I bought ahead because with Galen Leather being based in Turkey, getting things from Turkey to the US is a little bit more difficult in the tariff world that we currently live in here in the US. So I ordered a bunch, tariffs be damned, and it turns out I didn't get charged for tariffs this time. So I don't know. Things change with that situation on a daily basis, and nobody knows what's going on. So you kind of throw a little caution to the wind sometimes. So I bought a few more of those, and I've got enough capacity for expansion, more boxes for ink, more boxes for more trays for pens. I also have I mentioned the River City Pen Company Arlington model that I've got arriving hopefully as early as tomorrow. As I record this, I have to check the shipping number, but that one's already shipped out. So looking forward to playing with that pen. I have the other one that I have coming is a used Platinum President in in their kind of burgundy red wine color. I have a Platinum 3776 already, and I really like this. I use this every day in my Midori 10-year journal. And when somebody was selling that Platinum President for a pretty reasonable price that's not really available, I was recommended to me by my brother just to jump on that deal. He's got one, he loves it, and I've held his, and I think I tested it a little bit when he had it inked up, but it's going to be the same kind of nib as what I have in this 3776, but a little bit larger of the body style, so it may be a little easier for me to write with for a longer period of time. Finally, the other thing I'm waiting on that I believe is already shipped is the Gentleman Stationer, which is a shop out of Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville? Yeah, I think Nashville. Hopefully I got that right. Apologies, Joe, if I got that wrong. But the Gentleman Stationer is a fantastic resource. His website, thegentlemanstationer.com, is one of the things that when I was really starting to get into pens is he's got a ton of blog posts, a lot of explainers, and it's something that really helped me out in things like learning how to clean a pen, learning how to fill certain kinds of pens, learning about different papers. Joe's a cool guy. Got a chance to meet him briefly in San Francisco at the Pen Show. I'm one of his Patreon patrons. And one of the things he's doing is he's got the physical shop in Nashville, and as well as his online store. But one of the things he does is these mystery boxes. So I've bought a couple of those already, and waiting for the next one. He's doing them on a quarterly basis, so this will be the third one. Maybe this time I will actually have my setup ready to record as I unbox that and walk through what he sends out. So I have no idea what's in the box at this point because I haven't received it yet, and looking forward to that. So stay tuned for another video on that. I think that'll do it. I've been talking for like 30 minutes. I think that'll do it. So thank you for watching. If you stuck through all the way to the end, I appreciate you. If you appreciated the video, give a like, leave a comment, ask me questions about what I've covered here. Subscribe to the channel for content like this if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, then don't bother. No worries. It's fine. You're cool. I'm cool. Well, maybe not so cool, but I appreciate you watching all the way to the end if you got this far, and have a great day and keep on writing.